Welcome back. Hi, it's been 40 days at Mount Holly. We've got 31 for our allowance, and we got a package, if I can get close enough, amateur lockpick kit, and oodles of keys. Silver key, ordinary key, come here, and the lockpick kit. There you go. Picking up an object in that box is always difficult. Let's look at that to-do list. And yeah, I added those two things that we came up with last time. We have one more book to buy. We have some more rooms to draft. But yeah, we want to knock some things off of this list. Most important, I have an X to dig up, so I hope I get an opportunity to do that. That's the thing that I have in the back of my head is the most important. Because that's a secret. We want a secret. Outside we have the shrine, the tool shed, and the root cellar. The shrine, I think we want to do. And I mean, that's not much of an offering, but I think 3 gets us, or was it 2? Maybe it was 2. Gets us the thing that rotates rooms under the right circumstances. Let's do 2. The Blessing of the Dancer, pay gems to spin floor plans. Because that worked amazingly well. The only thing left to play with is, would it be possible to do that in order to extend how long that's in play? Okay, let's do the door. Building stuff in the workshop also. That puts us in the corner also. Battery pack and an E. Reading nook is a classic. And this will put us in the library. And actually, let's don't do this yet, because this was our other gambit of doing something that's going to give us extra gems somehow, somewhere. So if I cross, security will consume a gem, but it's a good room to have. Pardon me. From here, we'd want to go into the corner. Bedroom, probably. Although commissary isn't a bad idea. Bedroom. Oh, check this out. Yeah, usually it's worth spending a key on this. And it's the classic. A gem, a key, and coins. That gets me my key back, gets me the gem that I spend on security, and gets me the money that I spent in the shrine. Electric eel aquarium. So much for that gem. Is that a compass? That's nice. Room's pointing north. Let's keep going up the side. We're kind of wanting to see the billiard room, because we want a trophy. 6 is 6. Uh-oh, square egg. 1 plus 3 is 4, squared is 16. Aha, so 5 times 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15, divided by 3 is 5. Yow, okay. 10 squared is 100. Minus 20 is 80, minus 20 is 60, divided by 6 is 10. That's it. And oh well. We have the key card anyway for when that happens, but we did not pick up oodles of lovely keys. This sets us back into the center of the house. I mean, chapel for being able to move. Link. Storeroom, closet, gift shop. I'd probably want to rotate that, except I don't want to spend the very last gem on that. Let's do the gift shop. Pick it. Oh, that should have been pick it, damn it. I bet I would have been able to pick that because it's so early. What else would we get that's going to give us lots of gems? I mean, the wine cellar if it came up. Parlor would also. There we go. That's the thing I was hoping to get. And today it is. The gems are not in the black box. This statement is of no help at all. This box and the blue box are both false. Ooh, I would never write a puzzle that had a thing like this because... Wow, okay. The arguments this will start. Okay. This box and the blue box are both false. This cannot be true because it is stating that it is false. So that directly leads to a contradiction. So this box is false, which means it is not the case that both this box and the blue box are both false. So we have a false and statement. So any of the things we're anding together must be, one of the things that we're anding together must be true. So that means the blue box is in fact true. The gems are in the black box. And in fact, the middle box is no help at all. Okay, with 5 gems, I feel better about wandering all the way back across the building to get to the library. Okay. The bookshop, we would just need to amass 20 more coins to buy the last book. Let's see if we can't do that for ourselves. This is heading north. Den, pick up another gem. The vault. Well, if I wanted money, and it's December 16th. So I am very interested to know about day 49. I'm going to just start exploring the house. Let's do the commissary. We can buy both a shovel and a metal detector and still be able to buy the thing in the bookshop. That was the thing we said, this is what we should be doing. I got the money. Let's do the thing. And then, here's the trick we learned. Having bought it, it will now appear in this. So the History of Arindia First Edition by Caleb Manning is there. So now the next time we do the library, it will appear. We came back this way. Let's also check. I mean, I got weird things. And the compass is a dowsing rod? Okay. That wants the handle. Shovel and metal detector is a detector shovel. So that's 2 things. Shovel compass and shovel metal detector. What else? Those don't, those don't. Compass battery pack makes electromagnet. Well, that's 3 things. I want paper. Okay, let's keep trying to make things. Compass metal detector doesn't do anything. Compass keycard doesn't. Compass lockpick doesn't. Battery pack metal detector doesn't. Nope. Metal detector keycard and lockpick kit. Pick sound amplifier. Do we know what it does? We don't know what it does. And keycard, lockpick. Okay. So we can build 2 of these things. Compass and battery pack gets us an electromagnet. Why do we want an electromagnet? I don't know. But sure, assemble that. Pick that up. You are more likely, you're more likely to draw mechanical rooms while drafting. You'll automatically collect any money and keys when you enter a room. Okay. But also, metal detector lockpick kit. Greater chance of picking high sensitivity locks. That's nice. Okay, so I'll get all the keys and then I won't need the keys. Cool, cool. What are we gonna do? We're getting back into the entrance hall. And one of the things was to build all of the available gadgets. We just did 2 of those. The utility closet isn't a bad thing. And oh, I have a shovel. I kept the shovel. I did not build anything with the shovel. And then up through the center. Ooh, what wanted the boiler room? Right, the red door downstairs. Heck yeah, boiler room. This thing. This thing. Okay. We're going to end up messing up our power source, but that's that on. Let's head downstairs. And see if that opens that red door. Why did I never notice that this looks like a door? I see light. Oh, buggeration. There are ways to go up here. There's 2 doors over there. And there might be others that they're just not at an angle that I can see them. Oh no, here we go. Okay, let's go back downstairs and start playing with the switches again. Which one of these things raised it up? Because we're going to need that at the bare minimum. Oh, you know what? I don't even know. Okay. Okay, so there's the plank down there, and there's the box over there, and there are 2 away from each other. I want this to point opposite that. And I do not have controls up here, so it needs to be set correctly from downstairs. So we're going to be playing with the switches for a while. I think... first of all, I want to go back. And enter this. And now let's take a look. Yeah, you're the one who pushes it up. Oh, no, you're not. That's not it, because this was just that map, right? Yeah, this is where we got the full map. But this is not where we want to be. So we get out from behind these controls, and from here we can also reach a different spot. Maybe it's that one that we actually want? Yeah, it's this. Now the problem is this strands us, which is why I never bothered investigating this. So I'm going to do the trick that I've done before. We're going to call it a day, leaving this in this position. And then we're just going to jump straight into the next day. Because honestly, there were other things I could have gotten through that day, but days are cheap as borscht. So yeah, no, I don't mind. I did a couple of things that were kind of tomorrow-ish. Oh, outside. And the new question is, do I need to have the boiler room in the house to make that happen? The shelter? I don't think it matters, because we have other fish to fry. So let's immediately go downstairs. Oh, that's just cruel. That... Okay, there's another way to do this. I mean, it will still strand us, let's be clear. This is the thing that I'm confused about. But we can also accomplish this from there. Oh, okay. Okay. Fine. This is how you were supposed to do this. Okay. And then all of these will spin things. Wait, what's this? This is an entire extra space that we never went into. After almost 3 years in the tunnels, S&R has informed me that we will be closing up the site in June. It has been a somewhat bittersweet experience working on such a historically significant excavation over the past 30-odd months, yet being unable to share any of that work with the world, maybe one day. Still, there is a significant amount of work that has yet to be done, and it is vitally important that we conclude our efforts in the main cavern and reinforce the structural integrity of the site before we seal the tunnels next month. It may be generations before they are reopened. Okay, so this is how this becomes possible. All right, I see. So now we're out of here. This one has something that lets us turn. So I need to get straight across. So I need to come here and do a 90-degree. But there's... Okay, what's directly across here? Okay. Got it. So now I have access to this one. Okay, so now I can get here. Before we get too far in this direction, can I actually open that door, or do I need the boiler room in the house? Okay, the door has remained open. Now I just need to set this thing so that the upstairs is aligned with something. So currently it's set like that. So I need to rotate it so that one of those is directly above my head. Like that. Incorrect. It is one off from that. I could have sworn that that was right. Fine. Fortunately, this does not eat steps, as much running around as I'm doing. It's just walking into the next room, like from the kitchen to the pantry. That's exhausting. This is fine. That doesn't look right. That's right. That better be right. All right, back again. Yay! Okay. What in the... Oh. So there's one of our rooms, and presumably an excavation log. And there's a letter. So, what does this do? P, T, E, S. But if I see a red letter, I expect this to be a date. And while I was writing these down, oh, push it a button. Treasure trove? Cool. I knew what we were looking at as soon as we uncovered the first spire, but it wasn't until the first floor plan was unearthed that most of the crew realized what ruins we were exhuming. The border was the same pitch as the sunless cavern we found it in, a dark-trimmed floor plan of ill-fated Orindia. We had found an authentic black print. The sooner we seal this site back up, the better for us all. This is Foreman's log 102. The one where he was saying, well, we've spent 30-odd months, was like 600 and change. Letter number 1. Dear Baron Sinclair, to begin, my name is Worth Laud. My father used to work for your father, the Right Honorable Baron Thomas Sinclair, between the years of 1915 and 1918, the former having died last month at the advanced old age of 89, may he sleep in soot and ash. He left behind his widow, 7 children, and 30-odd grandchildren. I write to you today, however, not to inform you of these family affairs of little consequence, but to tell you a little bit about my father. He lived his life towering above us in solemn silence, like many members of his and your father's generation. He never spoke of the work he did in the mountains of Reddington, or the famous estate in which he was stationed. He never spoke of the Baron, not once. I tell you this only to relate that he never betrayed the confidence your father placed in him. The secrets he kept for your family, he took with him underground. His elderly comrades and colleagues from his old mining outfit proved, however, to be not nearly as discreet and considered with their words. During the wake, fueled by a seemingly endless supply of spirits, these venerable gentlemen embarked on a journey down memory lane, recounting as much of the good old days as they could dredge up. While such reminiscences might typically be dismissed as the fanciful ramblings of age, the volume and specificity of their accounts lend a certain credence to their words. Now, I am not a presumptive man. I don't presume these stories to be true. I don't presume your houses host secrets of this magnitude. You want to bet? Yet I find myself irresistibly drawn to the idea of sharing these tales, true or not. They seem, after all, stories worthy of being heard. I wonder if my current abundance of idle time fuels this urge. Perhaps I have too much time on my hands. Perhaps if one were to engage me in some worthwhile and profitable enterprise, my eagerness to pass the time by telling stories would be curbed. I eagerly await a response from your lordship. We are not blind to the irony of blackmailing you for a blackmail letter. And we're not proud to join the endless procession of those who have knocked on your mailbox looking for a handout. Particularly so when our methods lack the refined sophistication and class that this author so effortlessly wields. What is this? Okay. We have another thing over here. And nothing else does anything. So let's go back down and reset this to point at the other one. Entry level. Okay, so this... Right. So if the thing is 14. So if I want to use the docks, it has to be 1 down. Entry level to what? Who knows? It has to have 6. I mean, I would have been happy to play with that. After 10 days of pumping water up from the underground spring, the reservoir has finally been filled. It's a shame that the old station had to be flooded as a consequence of this action, but I suspect that may have been the actual reason they chose to build the reservoir here, and as an engineer, I agree that flooding is preferable to collapsing the entire tunnel. On the bright side, now that our water supply is no longer limited, we can start to leverage steam to a much greater extent. I suspect that by this time next month, the steam-powered hoists at the main site will be able to run 24 hours a day. Right, so they were happy about having that. And then another Mora Joy box. So we want all these to be black. These cycle left and right. What does yellow do? Oh, they cycle up and down. No, they just move up. Oh, heh. Yeah, that's not it. There we go. Another allowance token. Well, I'm going to feel really sad if I don't get another allowance token during this run, because I keep getting them in pairs. Okay, that's everything out of here that we need to get. So now, I mean, I think I can forego picking up that one ruby in the future. So now, I don't think I need to do anything down here other than I still want to open as many of these as I can. But I mean, I have a day in the house still to do. And now I got 5 letters. Well, I mean, the parlor just gets me gems. And I got nothing to prove here anymore. The black box is not empty. The statement on the black box is true. A box with a false statement contains the gems. Okay, so let's start with this. The statement on the black box is true. If that's true, then this becomes true. And then this is false, but it isn't false, because this would be the false statement. That is true in saying that no, that one's true, saying that a step box with a false statement contains the gems, but this is the only such one. So the gems would be here, but then the black box would be empty. So this does not hang together as a solution. So therefore, this statement is false. The statement on the black box is not true. Therefore, this is false. A box with a false statement does not contain the gems, which puts it over here. The black box is not empty. What? Hang on. True. True. A box with a false statement contains the gems. False. Wait. No, that's right. What am I doing? This is fine. That would be false. Blah. Fine. Reading Nook. Yes. Okay. This is the other thing that we kind of want to do today. We pick up our first key. This lets us have the library, but it's pointing in a stupid direction. So let's do that instead. And now, The History of Arindia, Ajera to Iraja by Caleb Manning. Yeah, that's going to hork a whole lot of people off, that book. Let's rotate the commissary so it's pointed north. And do that. Oh, look, it's the same thing again. Metal detector shovel. You know what? Let's go upstairs and have a peek. Contraptions I've made. So I've made 5 out of the 8. So the dowsing rod, shovel and compass, and the detector shovel I still need to make, but the electromagnet and the pick sound amplifier I've done. So out of the 8 things, I know 7 of them. There's just one more that I don't know what it is. And I have the bits necessary to do one of those. Stamp collection. Oh. Well, clearly I need. Fine. It is kind of a waste of a door, but I'm wasting that door no matter what. Workshop. Okay, so I've got competing goals here. Okay, that was that. S. I don't remember S's. So I know this will do a thing. But I also want a shovel for the laundry room, so I'm not really interested in doing this yet. I just need to get my hands on a laundry room. Observatory. Up to 29 stars. What do I get? Stuff. 5 gems. Another gem. Southern Cross. Apples. And a pair of chests have been added to the hall. Dang. Jackpot. Dormitory. Well, I mean, today I'm not fussed about making sure everything works. So the dormitory's deal was every time you enter dormitory after drafting a drafting room, gain 10 more steps. I recognize the running shoes. Corerica University. Ping pong paddles, an oar, a bowling pin for some bizarre reason. Drafting strategy. This is not what I expected to find, but okay. Looks like I'm reading stuff again. Phew. I'm reading so much my voice is starting to go. Let's redraw once. Sure, the mailroom. Order placed. Cool. And there never is anything there. Redraw that. What do I have? I have those things. Except I don't want to lose the shovel. The thing that I noticed, when we played that other time, oh, this would be the third time! This would be the third such room. Lost and found, absolutely, because I was sheltered from it. So, this is what I realized last time. Yes, sheltered. Cool. So I get the hall pass and the watering can? Okay. When I did this room before, I made it a place where you had to pass through the lost and found. If you look at it, whenever you enter this room, I went back and forth through that a bunch of times. What that would have meant is I would have lost an item every time I walked through. So that room is really expensive. The solarium. Sure. Gets me a gem back. I don't think this room... Oh, it has a dig spot, which is kind of weird. More coins. Treasure trove. How can I resist this? Well, yeah. The green memos you find in this room will always be true. Well, that's unhelpful. So let's think logically about that statement. It's a green memo. So it can be true, in which case it's confirming itself, which isn't worth much. But then, if it is false, then some green memos may be true and others may be false, which is what I thought when I walked in the room. So this doesn't do much for me. Secret passage. Aha! Yes, give me gold. Laundry room requires a gem. So it's the showroom. Well, that was a brilliant plan that just went sideways. Observatory. There is? Oh, there's a key on the floor. There's something else? Now it's not going. Okay. Oh, another bunch of things. Everything's on sale. Have a key. And apples. Okay. I can't do anything else. So, redraw? Drafting studio wants two things. I mean, this is something I've wondered. If you point the tunnel at the edge of the building, what happens? Aha! 2 gems and one of these. Nope. What, do I want them to be orange? Yeah, I want these to be orange. Yeah, these rotate. Yay, I got 2 allowance tokens after all. My streak continues. But that little experiment has finished me off. I cannot do anything more today. So that was a lot. So, looking at the room directory, we found one of the other hidden rooms, the treasure trove, and we've now visited it. And we can call it a day. So I didn't do the thing that I'm really wanting to do. But yeah, I did a bunch. Architect Shopping Center. 7 drafting rooms, and that's without any classrooms. 4 shop rooms, but not the laundry room. Whew. And that'll do it. So, thank you for watching all the way to the end. This was another long one. I will see you in the next video. We will continue to unlock more secrets. Thank you and goodbye.